Hello and welcome back to Tyranny, where last episode we got the stalwart insignia and completely forgot to ascend to the top of the spire, which I'm about to do now. Yeah. Hopefully the audio's good on this one. I'll figure it out, you know. Trying some different stuff. We'll see. Also not trying to be quiet since, you know. Whatever. I'm also not right up on top of the mic, so that should assist in it not being, like, stupid fucking loud in your ears. Hopefully. But, as I said, I do need to get access to the spire, and I don't remember where that was. Yeah, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spires. There's Vendrian's Well, Lethian's Crossing, and then I'm fairly certain that every edict place is a spire.
Can't do that.
Yeah, no, that's a secret thingy, so yeah. But I did say I'm not going to go into the Bastard's Wound until I have all of the spires. And I think that that's where I'm supposed to go. I am fairly certain that is the correct route. Not 100% sure. It would help if I started the timer. Oh yeah, that's definitely the right spot. Yep, I watched the previous episode and I was like, shit, I forgot to get to the spire. It was right there.
Watch where you step. This has trap written all over it.
It's not a trap, Barrack. It's the fucking spire. Ocean Spire? Yeah. So, arrow with claws. And actually, it should just be me. Reduces error. Now is a good time, I feel, to remind all... Nope, that's the wrong spot. From that way out. Word. And then it hooks. Yeah. That don't look right. Yeah, I've got it inverted. Because it's supposed to hook and then claw down.
Yes.
That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right to me. I'll try it. I might just be being paranoid. Yeah, no. I know this is wrong. Yeah, reset. Other way around. But, as I said, now's a good time to remind all of you that Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, is a thing. Once Tyranny is complete, and you can vote on the character class, Sentinel, Scout, Soldier, and you can also vote on the advanced classes, which are... Oh, I like how I said Sentinel, Scout, Soldier. That's not correct. It's Scout, Soldier, and Scoundrel. And then the advanced classes are Guardian, Sentinel, and Counselor. There we go. And then, of course, you have your fighting style, which is one one-handed weapon, one two-handed weapon, and two one-handed weapons. So do vote on those. Please do. Because once I break the Edict of Storms, which may or may not happen in this episode. If it doesn't happen in this one, it will definitely happen in the next one. There's only 2 more edicts to break, and then a couple archons to kill. So there's only like I'm not gonna say 5 episodes left, but maybe like 8 to 10, because there's Bastard's Wound too, and I forget how long that takes. But I know once all the edicts are done, killing the Archons is going to happen pretty much in the same episode, as long as the dialogue doesn't make it take forever. You are now the now familiar sight of the now familiar light of the spire courses skyward, trailing off towards the horizon in the direction of Vendrian's Well. You feel the ground beneath you fall away as you give into the warmth of the energy surrounding you. The ocean spire in the Blade Grave feels weathered and battered, like a flag has whipped in high winds beyond its extended duration. Perhaps in spite of this, the connection formed with Vendrian's Realm is strong, almost overwhelmingly so. I was at the front lines during the devastation of Stalwart. From on high, the realm feels less significant. Absolutely brilliant! Me and every other sailor use this spire as our go-to for dead reckoning. I've seen the spire from sea 1,000 times, but I've only daydreamed I'd see the view the other way around, and it's so much better than I imagined. I knew the world was huge, but you never really understand the extent of it until you see it from this high. How far does that ocean reach? So that's done. Matthias was at Trapper's Junction, if I remember correct. No, Duskwatch. Turned to Duskwatch to speak with. Oh yeah, because he probably went back to Duskwatch after being... Oh, these fucking... Oh, the berries again. Yeah, Eb keeps on trying to poison me. And I'm not an idiot. Which better not be driving up my disloyalty in any significant manner. It's still below 1. That's fine. She can be a little bit afraid of me.
I'm on it.
That's fine. My actions will more than prove that I'm her ally. Matthias. Since the storm has ruined my eyesight, or you have the steadfast insignia. Matthias clasps your shoulder. Since the Unbroken came together, we've never been this close to true victory and the end of the edict. Our forces have waited for this opportunity from their positions by Sentinel stands at the wall. It turns to Matthias. I will send word to make sure they're prepared for your arrival, sir. What can I do to help? As if you haven't done enough already. It clasps you on your shoulder again and lets out a raucous cheer. Meet our forces at Sentinel stand. I forget what accents I did for these gentlemen, that's why it's different. It's time we took back the realm's seat of power, dispatched Stradius Erodin, and dug in for the long fight against Kairos. No doubt we'll need your skills on the battlefield, because every competent fighter in the Blade Grave is about to converge on Sentinel stand. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go kill a regent. Maybe. Let's go. Go. We need to end the edict. Now, end the edict now. Now here's an interesting twist. Didn't realize that the people, the Unbroken, wanted the king dead, which means the king has no allies, period, other than his court. Take care, stranger. The Skyblade coughs up a couple times and clears her throat. Don't underestimate the disfavored. In our hubris, we never thought they could take us. They'll pay what they've done to Stalwart. Good. At least someone stands who can see our country's future. See, here's the thing. I feel like the disfavored...
Can't do that.
...should be, like, working together with the,
For the glory of Kairos!
Unbroken. Because they both want the Regent dead. Their goals are the same in that. But I guess the,
Wrong weapon for the job. I need to try something else.
The Unbroken want to claim the fort for themselves, as do the Disfavored, and the Disfavored want to save the General Star, and the Unbroken want to kill her.
I need to try a different tactic. This isn't working.
Nah, fireball.
Time to change weapons.
Oh, not so fast. I'm gonna have some fun with you.
Geek the Mage! Geek the Mage! Earthshaker mages, they're really fucking annoying.
This weapon is like nipples on men.
At least they're those
You'll have to get through me first.
There we go. Battle over. Collect the loot. Cool.
Can't do that.
What the fuck? Why is it black? Let's go this way.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
I think I have to go this way. Yeah. Hey, boys!
Have a look here.
Holy shit, you almost killed me. That was fucking good. Undying Fatebinder absorbs 34 damage. Jesus Christ. Fuck. Yeah, because I have Undying Fatebinder, which shielded for 40 damage, 1 per encounter. Which means that would have killed me, which is fucking brutal. I need to heal.
This weapon is useless.
Yeah, because that is absolutely brutal. One of these people is very good at their job.
I'm
and I
enjoying
am
this
very
a bit too
impressed. Not impressed enough, but they did it good. They almost killed me without me noticing it, which is rather impressive, I will say. But come on, Eb. You gotta,
As you wish.
You gotta go up with us. There we go. Don't let these dogs cross the bridge. If the unbroken breach sentinels stand before we do, I'll have every one of you vermin flogged bloody while the great general watches. Iron God Romulan grimaces and worries her throat, raw from barking orders over the fury of the storm. I'm not reporting to Ash unless we take Sentinel's stand, and that goes for everyone in my unit. We don't see Ironheart, and we don't see home until our mission is complete. She pumps her fist twice in the air, and her soldiers reflexively mirror the gesture. Time to push forward while we have a chance. If Ash's Legion gets there before us, Starbolt will never be free. Am I too late to help the Unbroken? The lieutenant bends at the waist and bellows at the top of her lungs. Traitor! She signals to her troops. I want you to focus every effort on bringing me that one's head. Time to show everyone in the campaign how we treat Southern sympathizers. I wield the Dauntless, blade of the Regents. Death to those who would stand in my path. As I also bear the helm of the First Regent and the Bane Ward, as well as the Steadfast Insignia and a few other trinkets. You hear that, soldiers? A smirk draws itself on a face that hasn't quite used those muscles in a while. Ethan Drake wields the sword of our people, the symbol of pillar of our unity. You won't frighten me off with a rusted piece of scrap. I don't care what name you give it. In spite of her bravado, the rallying cry of unbroken soldiers gives her pause. She turns to her soldiers and falls back behind the bridge. As she should. A fiery death awaits all those
I am
who
a
fire.
this one is under my protection.
Literally a fiery death. I have fireballs. Fireball! 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 Lightning bolt!
Sorry,
Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt!
Right.
Go, go, go! Firing away, firing away, firing away, firing away, fireballs raining from the sky, meteor storm, bringing the dead, bringing the pain, no one dares defy the fate, minder, I am the one,
Oh, wrong
am
weapon.
the one. There we go. All dead now. Matthias takes a deep breath and leans on his sword. His hand pulls away from his side, covered in blood. Thank you, Fatebinder. I know I wouldn't have gotten this far without your help. We need to cross this bridge. He points north towards a stretch of ruined wall. Before the disfavored cut us off, I sent a company of Skyblades north to scale the old castle walls and shoot out the winch in case they tried to raise the bridge. No doubt my soldiers have run into some resistance, or else the way would be clear. I will assist them. You know, this coalition you rumble about is the trappings of a decent plan. He smiles. Once you got my Skyblades in position, circle back this way and I'll make sure the bridge goes down. Then we make our charge. We will speak more when the fighting is over. Agreed. Matthias flipped his weapon in his hand and turns his attention back to his men.
I got it. Can't do that.
Go, 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 go.
I got it. Interesting.
You will need a fiery end. All of you will need a
On your knees,
fiery
worm.
rib. When the flames of the
Am I not dead
phoenix
yet?
casting onward.
Blasting it through me first.
Storm and dust and choking lightning.
Idiot!
Flames of the phoenix. Sunder your armor. Bastard.
Time to change weapons.
No,
Right.
I just gotta deal with the armor for you.
I'm terrible at this. How am I not dead yet?
Well, this leaves the Earthshaker, who's almost dead. He's currently being geeked up upon by everyone. Much appreciated. I can take it from here. And the battle's almost won. Stalwart will sing of our great deeds. Songs a bit for later. You lead the charge while we scale that wall and take out the drawbridge winch.
Right.
Does that mean go back? Oh, Ebb leveled up and I didn't notice. I'll do Cascading Embrace. Actually, I will do Clear Mind because she's almost always out of combat. And then, of course, I can upgrade her direct stats, which is going to be ability and spell cooldown. Oh, stop doing that. They should clear the way for us. Yep, there we go. For Stalwart on the Unbroken.
Interesting.
For Stalwart.
On it.
Hello,
Death
lady.
awaits.
Yeah, I have to agree with Seren on this one. Your death most certainly does await. Oh, that's one per encounter. One per rest. One per rest, one per rest, one per encounter. One per encounter. The Fatebinder rips a large chunk of stone. Cool. I'll do that. I'll do Shattering Stone.
Ready?
Throw the rock.
Flawless.
Sren will do that. And then I have the power. Ah. Boom.
Blasting it through me first.
That mage is still around. Let's hit him with some Great Blade.
How could I miss?
And then hit him with some
Right.
more Great
I
Blade.
have you now.
There we go. Alright. Now, stab him, the guy that's cowering in the corner. And then smash him. And then smash him again.
This weapon is useless.
Keep him unconscious and near death. There we go. I will force the wheel. I don't know what the fuck that did. Did something. I will increase my attack. And I will do... So that increases my armor, and that taunts. But... See, I don't really have a particular ability I want over another. I mean, but I guess there's nothing wrong about the leadership tree. It seems to be a good,
Yes.
well-rounded option.
Can't do that.
Which, I could have done this earlier, but the game doesn't acknowledge that I already have it. The wind wall parts as you hold the insignia aloft. Dust and debris swirl around a cone-shaped absence projected before you, which stretches into a tunnel of breathable air. The insignia's jewels begin to glow brightly as if invigorated by this parting of winds. Whatever dormant state the artifact occupied is now awake and full of new potential, should you desire to use it. Let's go. Let's go crack some skulls, baby!
Path remains open. We should expect others to follow.
Could it be? A figure approaches through the storm. The Regent Skyblade seems ready to approach and welcome you. Dawning realization, however, comes to her expression as she hoists up her weapon and stands at the challenge. Announce yourself, invader. We haven't sat in the eye of the storm this long to become slaves of Kairos. Take us to Stratus Herodin! It's the wrong voice. Take us to... fuck, what would Barrick do? Take us to Stratus Herodin. Barrick advances on the guard with a menacing air. I don't want to hear any more of your petty threats or how much you love your country. Deliver us to the serpent at the heart of this nest. Whoa there, big boy. I just watched the storm all day. Stratus is behind the walls. She glances at your direction with wonder. The insignia! The sentry lets out a startled yell. Someone bearing the Regent's insignia comes this way. She squints to make you out in the storm. Why have you come, stranger? I come on behalf of Matthias, champion of the Unbroken. I must speak with Regent Stradeus. Matthias still lives. I suppose that is no surprise, but the Unbroken are still together. Remarkable. We've been cut off from Stalwart proper for too long. The scout's voice diminishes to a whisper. There are some who believe the Regent has lost its way. Please, follow this path to the gates. You may be able to convince him to end this madness. That is what I am hoping. A stranger. and they let you through. Well, wearing an uncertain expression, the scout grasps his weapon. I don't know what sorcery carved a safe passage through the storm, but the Regent's fortress is closed to outsiders. Out of my way, peon. No amount of stalwart rats can keep me from wrapping my hands around the Regent's throat. You protect Tyranny after all this time. How sad. I protect the ruling bloodline of Stalwart. Our country's leadership is secure while I stand in its defense, and none of Kairos' forces will move me from this post. Your confidence in your leader is admirable, but I doubt you're of single mind with those on the other side of the storm. A voice bellows from the other side of the portcullis. Stay your weapons and raise the gates. I would speak with our guest. He looks over his shoulder and frowns. Step forward and present yourself then. Keep a respectful tongue and you won't have any trouble. Well, I will. Can't say much about Barrack. Stalwart's ruler looks at you with a mixture of caution and amazement. His gaze lingers at the steadfast insignia. That explains why you were able to pierce the winds. But why have you come? Not to liberate an enemy, I think. He squints. Long isolation has taken its toll, but we aren't deaf to news of the outside world. I think I recognize a Fatebinder when I see one, so logic follows that you are the keeper of Endrian's well. Herodin! Again, wrong voice, but whatever. Barrack pounds his fist together hard enough to shake the earth. Come out and face us, coward. You've dodged this reckoning long enough. The Regent blinks. Do I know you? Your face, what little I can make of it, eludes me. He sniffs and returns his attention to you. Your friends here seems a mite unstable for emissary work. We have survived the O'Lord's prison for over a year. I live on, and so the Regent bloodline endures. Even the disfavored could not breach Kairos' wind wall when the edict crashed upon our heads, though I am less certain how you managed. I regard you with a hint of resignation. You didn't travel this far to deliver terms of surrender, did you? This storm's destroying your people. Surely you must see the madness in prolonging the inevitable. Sorry to contradict you in front of others, but... Ebb casts a side-eye at Erodin. They're not his people any longer. The Unbroken outside keep this cursed in his name. But if this aged fish diddler had any grasp on reality, he'd have offed himself already. I'm not ignorant of my part in this equation. The edict can only be ended when the blood of the last regent, just as Kairos decreed. I must warn you, I haven't survived this long only to be cut down by Kairos' lapdog. I endured the war, the disfavored suicide march, and the long isolation of this storm. I will not make it easy. What have you gained from this long stalemate, beyond the hatred of your people? He hesitates to answer at first, then screws his face into a grimace. The people do not know what is best for Stalwarts. We need a strong leader who understands the traditions of the realm, whose blood is a part of that stored heritage. If they spite me for preserving our strength here and outlasting the war, then so be it. I did not accept this mantle for adoration. What have I gained? I have kept Stalwart alive in this self-imposed prison. Whatever else you may think. The desperation to reach this place and in my life only confirms the righteousness of the decision, as hard as it has been. You could have ended this edict long ago. You mean by suicide or execution at the hands of my countrymen? His expression withers. That would betray the dignity of my station and the honor of my soldiers alike. In caving to the Overlord's will, we would lose everything that makes Stalwart great. Our perseverance. I took no pleasure in watching the storms ravage my country here for the safety of the eye. I have suffered the weight of that decision every day, but I would never second-guess it. Your burden is nothing to mine or that of your people. To consign your country to this is unforgivable. When Kairos called on Ash to submit, he chose his soldiers' lives over his pride. You are a coward. Now see to it you die like one too. Look. I'm going to end this edict one way or another. Will you help me or not? I will not! And you are a fool to think that I would accept such an outrageous proposal. Given everything it represents, the very pride of my station hinges on rejecting your impossible solution. He raises his voice for all to hear. As a regent of the great realm of Starwood, I reject you from any courtesy or invitation that holds you to these walls and banish you from my lands. He's an idiot. I was going to go with the whole, you know, let's do the mutually agreeable solution, blah, 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 blah. But he's a self-righteous, noble prick is what he is. Which is exactly the kind of bullshit I'm currently fighting to stop. Typical that the attendants of Kairos would present no agreeable terms. You may distort the histories to reflect that I forced this confrontation, but everyone here will remember that when your overlord locked me in an impossible choice, I chose Starwood. Rodin turns away and heads to the portcullis. And Rodin is
You have no hope! Dodging is so unfair!
fucking
Why can't I hit anything?
Ah, terrible at
no
this.
grasp
I
on
know.
reality. Stalwart is gone. You need to rebuild a new kingdom, which is what I'm trying to do, is have a coalition to bind all of the realms together. He would be nothing but a thorn in my side.
Can't do that.
Grovel before me!
Get back!
Dodging is so unfair!
On it.
I am the Stormcaller. I will finish what I've started. I will end the life of Herodin. Although it is not a course of action I shall enjoy. It must be done, and I shall do it. Scale the walls, my boy. Scale the walls. Or force the winch. That works too.
Can't do that. On it.
I
Another
will.
demonstration of our power seems in order.
I will not free these lands from one tyrant to
weapon is
place it into the
useless.
hands of another.
Ah, terrible at this. How am I not dead?
All of his talk of, bloodlines and history and legacy, and yet he has abandoned his people to
I had
die.
an iron ring for every
A leader must respect the wishes of his people. After all,
Stalwart prevails!
Could I miss?
I mean, sometimes they're going to be wrong, but at
Right.
the same point, people don't serve him, he serves the people. That is the point of government, is to serve.
Oh, if I had an iron ring for every dumbass mistake of mine. Well, that did nothing, except tick them off.
Well, the argument of, oh, I know better than the common peasant, has some merit. Sometimes it does not have merit here. This country is a blasted wasteland. And the only people that are left fighting for it are fools and rebels.
I am a shield wall.
And even they want him dead. Even his once loyal servant. Like, the only people that don't want him dead are people that are like his royal guard that have been with him.
This is useless.
In
I should try
isolation.
something else.
Those are the only people.
Oh, everything hurts.
God, I'm terrible at this. How am I not dead yet?
This one is under my protection.
Still, I wonder if there was perhaps a possibility of having him live. But honestly, he was such a pompous ass.
Will do.
I'm gonna go with whatever with Ebb's
Right.
point here. The people of Vendrian's Well
Can't do that.
began this, and they're the ones who deserve to end to see it through. Oh, more fools.
Have a look here. Will do.
Time to aid our comrades. And, like, I have to agree with Barrick and I have to agree with Ed, but I still wonder if there was perhaps a peaceful way to end this. That is one stubborn individual. It's not my plan to fully end. Like, I don't have to fight them, so I'm not going to fight them.
I got it.
Call them back. Protect the region. Yeah,
It's
don't
useless.
fail.
I can't.
You will all fail.
Can't I hit anything?
We'll all bend the knee to me.
It's a hit. Can't tell if I am your shield wall. Time to change.
Feel the
weapons.
wrath of my relics.
I got it.
Well, wrong weapon for the
Burning
job. I
fire.
need to try something else.
Think. This weapon is junk.
Watch and learn.
That attack didn't work.
Come and face my iron.
On it. I got it.
Breach the keep. You will pay. You will pay for betraying these people.
Can't do that.
Rodin, our country has paid the price for your cowardice. If you had but a shred of honor left, you would fall on your sword and put an end to this edict. He grimaces. But I suppose you're used to hearing that by now. You're that upstart captain No, that's the wrong voice. You're that upstart captain I trained all those years ago. He sizes Matthias up with a scrutinizing look. I don't know what authority you wield outside of here, but within these walls I am still your regent. I don't mind telling you I faced an impossible choice. While my decision may look like the coward's path, I challenge you to stand in my place, wearing the mantle of my command. He offers a warm, tired look to his former countryman. With any luck, you'll understand someday, son. Don't pretend we have anything in common. If it is the wisdom of the regents that cursed our lands and blackened our skies, then I will end the nightmare of your rule here and now. He advances a bold step forward. This edict, and your complicity in it, have done more damage in a year than Kairos' forces could have done in a century. Stalwart belongs to the people, not an irrelevant figurehead. I wouldn't expect a foreign invader to comprehend the nuance of Stalwart culture. Harudin draws himself up. The war and the edict are stumbling blocks, but I am still beloved and looked to for strength. My people need me. Yeah, no, he's a fucking idiot. He's not beloved. He's not looked to for strength. He's an idiot, and everyone hates him. Oh, but you'll be surprised how much we don't. Matthias glowers at the region with pity and disgust. Your people stand ready to take your life. If you adore us so much as you claim, then allow us to take it for Stalwart. He raises his weapon and cries out, For Stalwart!
Another
For Stalwart, bitch.
demonstration of our power is in order.
Again, he's totally out of touch.
I'm terrible at this. How am I not dead?
Take that!
Any regrets I might have had were just soundly quashed by Matthias.
On it.
Any lingering doubt I had was suddenly just
I
sundered.
got it.
Blood spills.
Again, he has no idea. No fucking idea
That attack
how the other half live, how his people have been living, how his lands have been destroyed. Just classic fucking bureaucrat. The regent lies on the ground, bloodied and defeated. He extends his good arm and drops his weapon. If only I had the breath to spend defying you. But I fear the fight has left me. You filth! Matthias grimaces at Stradeus. Don't expect sympathy after what you've done. It wasn't enough to keep this edict alive. You fought us to protect it. Stalwart is finished with your miserable reign. It'll be stronger without you. One of Stradeus' soldiers moves between you and Herodin, tearing off his helmet. I won't let you do this! A gasp echoes in the shadows of Barrick's helmet. Amelia? Alive? But you came to the regent's defense. What's the meaning of this? Explain yourself, girl. Still the wrong voice. But whatever. Some of us could use an explanation. And some of us could use a stiff drink, but you don't see me breaking into your home and slaughtering your way into the canter, do you? She shakes her head. Provisions without end in the cellar, but nothing to distill. And I'm not the northern warlord I once was. She winces at the very thought. Sitting out the conflict made me see this conquest from a different perspective. She looks at you with a plainer eye. We were wrong! Kairos led us from the path centuries ago. We marched south to finish the Overlord's work, but... She squeezes her eyes shut. Do you not see that the tears are the last chance for us to make this right? What a joke. Matthias wears a quizzical frown. If you had come to this conclusion sooner, you might have joined us as allies and fought to reclaim Stalwart. If you fight for the regent, then it doesn't matter if our motives are similar. You have to die. The regent is beaten. The keep is ours. Will you cooperate? Never! I know what atrocities you and the rest of Tunan's ilk are capable of visiting upon us. I know what my father does to traitors and deserters. My father... Her voice catches and it takes her a moment to find the words. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I felt for the father of... Amelia, be silent! Stradeus looks to her with desperation. It's over, you understand? I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. He turns to you with a resolved expression, and you know he's almost lost to too much blood to maintain it. I am the last of the regents. If you mean to die, If you mean to end the Edict of Storms, then I accept my fate. One last chance, Regent. Will you end the Edict yourself? End myself to end the Edict? No, Fatefinder. That is not our way. You may call it uncompromising of me, but my station, my dignity demand nothing less. If you desire the end of the Edict so badly, you will have to shoulder this burden. I'm sorry, Regent. This has to happen. Nothing has to happen. That is a lesson Kairos should learn. But I never doubt it will. Once you have a few more seasons behind you, you'll understand that much better. Before you can take action, you catch Amelia begin to raise her weapon from the corner of your eye. Amelia, stop! You have to keep your promise, remember? The focused, determined air about Amelia falls to resignation. She delivers a curt nod and leaves the room, darting you a killing look on her way out. Amelia disappears, unwilling to watch what you're about to unfold. Matthias moves to your side. Let me kill the Regent. My people have fought for this moment, and the nation has lost oceans of blood because of his hateful decision. He glares down at Herodin with disgust. Won't you let an old son of Starwood take vengeance on the one who laid us low? Matthias? Very well. Matthias steps forward and buries his axe in the roof of the chest. Matthias collapses instantly, a final gasp escaping his lips. And there dies the old fool. Stradeus' body falls to the ground, and you watch the blood pool onto the floor in silence. There is a feeling of anticipation in the air, but as the seconds pass, it never materializes into anything. The surge of arcane energy and the sense of relief you experienced in Ascension Hall is missing. You hear the howl of the storm outside and realize that the edict endures. Searching for any change or meaning, Matthias scans the room with increasing panic. It's not happening. Why isn't it happening? The storms were supposed to stop when the last of the Regents fell. From across the hall, you hear a faint cry. A baby's cry. And a realization dawns on you. First.
Have a look here.
Blocking the doorway, Amelia regards you with eyes that brim with tears yet blaze with hints of her father's grim resolve. She has armored herself in her old disfavored raiment to face you down. Stay away from my daughter! You will not have her! Oh no. By the Archon's mercy, don't let this be so. Did you know this would prolong the edict? We suspected the bloodline would implicate my baby in Kairos' eyes, but I knew nothing for certain until this moment. Don't ask me to interpret the Overlord's heartless design. I have no love for this edict, if that's what you're asking. It's torn a noble realm to pieces, fractured the pillar of their culture, ruined countless lives. She releases a heavy sigh and hardens her intense gaze. But I have a responsibility to the people of Stalwart to preserve their heritage and leadership. My father and the other Archons destroyed this nation. She and I will... Amelia glances back at the crib, then focuses to you. We can help put it together. You will do no such thing! The Regents had their chance, and look what they did to us! Matthias shakes with rage and turns to you. We cannot possibly allow this, can we? Your daughter is the Regent heir? Now that you've killed Steris Erodin, she is. She draws herself up and glares at you. She had nothing to do with Kairos or the edict. You have no right to judge her on the basis of blood. How was this possible? My union with Stratus the Younger. Even in remembrance, Amelia does not shed her warlike resolve. He showed me kindness behind these walls, taught me about Stalwart and the Tears, the culture and heritage that made these people the pride of the realm. He died in the third year of the conquest. A disfavored spear pinned him to the ground he fought to defend, and he never rose again. The Regent remained in Sentinel stand for her protection. The edict was his responsibility to shoulder, not hers. She tips her head down in challenge. My daughter will not be another victim in Kairos' conquest. She has the blood of the North coursing through her veins, and no one has the right to take her life. Calm yourself, Amelia. There must be another way. This is an outrage! Matthias turns with his fuming anger towards you. I refuse to allow a child to unravel this nation and be allowed to live. How could I force my men to accept that answer? No. If you spare the child, the Regent, then the Unbroken will withdraw your support from your campaign. Our nation's future has rested in this moment, and you propose doing nothing. You are their leader, are you not? Act like it. Fatebinder, I hope you have a worthy plan. Kill the disfavored girl and her Regent heir, or we are done for good. This shouldn't be a difficult matter for you to weigh, Fatebinder, not if you're committed to our side. Letting her live won't be merciful or kind. She'll become an adult and wither under the burden that her existence fuels the torments of an entire realm. You can always make more babies. I'll even give lessons. What is your answer, Fatebinder? My answer is that you are a fool, and that Ethan never has the strength to make hard choices. Never, ever, ever. Fortunately, he is a very smart cookie. As a Regent Mother, you have the authority to abdicate the line. You must merely say the words. Hope reflects in her expression for the first time. Is it truly as simple as that? A clerical formality to spare an innocent life? She huffs, in as much surprise as derision. If this works, I'll owe you more than I can possibly repay. Here, the edict damaged this trinket, but you might find it useful. I, Amelia, formally abdicate my daughter's claim to the Regency of Stalwart, dissolving all ties, compacts, vassals, and holdings. We forfeit all protections and advantages given to us by the ancient bloodline. She pauses. Was that enough? I think we're about to find out. Be warned. If this doesn't help you, nothing can. You feel a familiar sensation. Air growing hot and electric before suddenly erupting in overwhelming waves of energy. And in this I know that we have done the right thing. At first, you think of the force of arcane power dissipating as enough to carve the skin from your bones, a sensation you attribute to the Edict of Storms, but it cools just as quickly. And there it goes. A second edict broken. The winds buffeting the keep have abated. Outside, an eerie silence pervades the air, a stillness that hasn't visited Stalwart for a long time. You can hear the very symbols that brought the Edict of Storms into being, each syllable proclaiming itself in a newfound form of your mind. It would seem the edict is now a part of you. It already was. I proclaimed it. It's already seared into my fucking skull. This is the final act of me undoing my mistakes. Thank goodness it worked. You've spared my daughter. And here I'd come to expect nothing but cruelty from the servants of Kairos. I don't serve Kairos, lady. Not for a while. Not for several months, at least. Amelia looks to the crib. Now we have a chance at what might not have been. A life outside these walls. I don't know what will become of us. The Unbroken will despise me for supporting the Regent. The Disfavored will not have me after turning my back on the North. I don't regret my choices for an instant, but they leave me without allies or kin. My father, I can't say what he would think, but he's a rigid, uncompromising man. Do not consider it for a second. Matthias frowns at Amelia, struggling to find the words. You were tossed up in this war like anyone else, and circumstances were not always kind. No one but Kairos and the Regent are at fault for perpetuating the Edict of Storms, not even Stradeus. Well, even Stradeus had his reasons. Your child is blameless, Regent or no. I would apologize for the severe tone I took with you earlier and ask that you remain with the Unbroken. She studies him for a moment. And then tension leaves her shoulders. The South continues to surprise me. I had not expected anyone to march on Sentinel's stand from a banner of mercy. We accept. You have demonstrated the lengths you'll go in the service of allies, and the Unbroken are fortunate to be included in crafting the tears to come. I will make for Vendrian's Well and your coalition. We have fought to retake our country for so long, I hardly remember what it feels like to plan from a position of power. He smiles. I suppose I'll find out. And with that, with the reclaiming of Sentinel Stand, and the ending of the Edict of Storms, the death of the Regent, and the claiming of the Ocean Spire, I'll see you all in the next one.
Whatever you need.
That was
On it.
emotional, is what that was. Wow. Well, I was gonna end the next one, but apparently the game continues to exposit lore. So we're gonna continue. At least until I can get to a good spot. It's good to see these old stones again. Alrighty, bringing this place back to its former glory. Matthias should be on his way to Ascension Hall. I'll hang back and oversee the restoration of Sentinel Stand. Cool. Now can I leave? Please? I wanna go to Vendrian's Well before I sign off for the evening. Oh, Ebb wants to talk to me. Fine, I'll talk to Ebb.
That's twice now you've undone one of Kairos' edicts. If you're trying to invite the wrath of the Overlord, good job. The Edict of Storms promised to be the death of the peninsula. I have no idea how the Unbroken lasted as long as they did. What with the blighted crops, obliterated roads, and the erratic flooding. What is it you need?
That was all. I will say that Kairos wants the edict to be ended. And is it really gonna do that? That's gonna be a really annoying audio glitch if it keeps on doing that. Yep. It's no longer controlled by the disfavored. It's now controlled by me. And the flag of the Phoenix. Yeah. Ethan doesn't have the strength for hard choices. If he really does not do well in rock and hard place decisions unless he has a way out, and he will always take the way out, hands down. But I'm gonna head back to Vendrian's Well. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna talk to these people because I'm a good man, but that makes me a threat in the eyes of the badmen. And I don't want to deal with bullshit, so they can fuck off. Yeah, it is gonna keep on doing that. Oh, because Resonant Field is active.
I suppose I can do that.
New missive. I'll read
Sorry,
that
I can't.
later. I wanted to see the statue, because the statue is weeping blood, but I was curious if it is fixed. I guess I can't go and see it. I guess it's off limits to me. Which is a shame. I really wanted to see the... Yeah. I really wanted to see it. Oh well. With that, with the Scarlet Chorus only having control over the Burning Library and the Stone Sea, the Disfavored having no control, and Tunon only having the Bastard City. And with Tunon's swirling vortex. Gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.